The man says you're not on a lucky streak.
What man?
Right over here, he says you've lost.
I was down earlier, but come on.
And you're up now?
No, I'm still down, but I'm going to hit now.
How down are you?
David, you're going to bring me bad luck now.
Well,
Stop
he says
it.
you've already got bad luck.
22, come on. 22. Yeah!
22.
Woo! All right!
What's up, you guys? This is AD and welcome back to the channel. Now, I had a different video that I wanted to start working today, but I felt like it was gonna take a little longer, so I'll leave it for Monday because I need to do a little more research in order to put that type of video. But you know what? It was great that I started thinking, since I kind of been buying stocks since the beginning of the year, and I kind of started buying a little heavier here and there for certain opportunities that I saw that, you know what, I said, like, I like this stock, I like that stock. And it's just like, I feel like I had found good opportunities because some stocks have been going up, but then others have been going down. So that's what is the good thing about, when you're picking individual stocks. When you see the ones that are going down, hey, more opportunity. You see those opportunities and you just want to quickly pick them up. But then I start thinking to myself, I think I'm over leveraged. And when I say over leveraged is I feel like I've been using too much margin in buying stocks. And you're asking yourself, what is margin? So basically margin, what it is let me just quickly go into my portfolio. And obviously, what I'm bringing up margin is because, there you see all these topics about a stock market crash, and you always hear the stock market is gonna crash from like a lot of different media outlets, even YouTubers. You will hear this all the time when you're investing. Is everything gonna sell off? You will eventually know that this is kind of like a cycle. Every year people are like saying, oh, it's the end of the world, sell your stocks, sell, switch to value stocks, whatever. It's like you hear this all these headlines all the time. But sometimes it's good to pay attention to some of the headlines, and then usually there's some indicators that kind of tell you if that's likely. So I'm gonna go into those indicators later, but right now I'm just gonna explain a little quick overview of what margin is. So right here is basically, I'm going to my account. You see my equity of basically my own money that I have invested into the stocks, and margin is basically borrow money that the brokerage account has basically borrowed money, let me borrow in order to buy stocks. So that's why, like, you will see right here that my total market value is 30,000, and that's including with a little bit of crypto that I started buying as well. It's just a tiny part, but eventually I will add more, but I'll leave that for another video. So that's how I've been buying stocks, even though obviously I don't have the cash to just continuously buy stocks whenever I want to, because I have amount of I have my check, right? And I get paid a certain amount, and I can't, put more than that. So I recently, I don't normally do this often. Just recently, I've been, using margin. And margin can be a cool thing because it helps your portfolio go faster. But there's always a double edge for good things. As good it is borrowing money for a low rate, because obviously all interest rates this past year, and they're probably going to continue to stay low. They lower the margin, and I'm paying 2.5%. So I'm just paying like pennies a day to borrow this much money, which kind of makes sense if you know how to use it. Because if you start like just buying a bunch of stocks with margin, oh man, if you do not know how margin works, you can get yourself in trouble. So this is what kind of had me thinking, like, I think this is a good stopping point for me to stop buying stocks and just using margin and just basically pay it off. Because the reason why I'm bringing that up is because when you have margin, it's not your own money. Think about it that way. It doesn't belong to you. That's why I kind of, in my first couple of videos, I didn't really show my whole market value, because I honestly don't consider margin as my own money, my own stocks yet. I have to pay it off. So brokerages let you borrow a certain amount of money, but I don't like to go with like the full amount. I never want to put that. I normally go within either if I have to and I see good deals and I don't have no cash, I go between my comfortable area of is 15% to 25%, at most 25%. I never gotten into 25% notes, but I feel like right now, like this is the cutoff. I'm not gonna buy more stocks as much as I see some good deals. I'm gonna have to be disciplined, and the main reason is because let's just say worst case scenario, the market goes down 10, 20, 30, even 40%, God forbid that happens, and you will see everybody. For the first time, they run into a bear market, because if you started about maybe even a year, not even this past year, because I wouldn't even consider that a bear market. We had a quick decline and a quick uptrend, so that doesn't count. A bear market, and I myself haven't experienced a bear market, so I'm not even gonna talk like how it is, but I'm gonna get myself ready. So basically, a bear market is just basically weeks, months, even maybe a year or two, the stocks goes keep going down. And if my stocks keep going down, and if I'm heavily margined, like let's say 50% or even 100%, there is a limit that if you hit where your equity goes down, a brokerage account would either give you only like 24 hours, which I believe Robinhood gives you 24 hours to put more money in order for your equity to go up and not hit that threshold. Because if you hit that threshold and you get that notification, and they don't necessarily have to give you the notification, but if it goes below that, they can sell your stocks and just to cover the losses. You never want to be cut off like that. That is the worst feeling ever.
You will kill the market for years. It's over. And you're selling something that you know has no value.
We are selling to willing buyers at the current fair market price.
Because even if your stocks go down, they will eventually recover if it's a good company. But if you're heavily margined, say goodbye to all those gains. Say goodbye to all those low cost averages that you had on your stocks, because they're gone. From now on, I'm just gonna basically make my deposits and make as much money, and I might even be thinking of pulling out some profits just to get those gains. But it's very hard, you guys, because sometimes stocks can keep going up, but that is something that I'm gonna very keep in mind. Like, I'm gonna be thinking very, very hard and see if I actually do it, because there's a couple, there's two main stocks that are basically taking the whole pie in my stock, which is, if you guys keep watching the past two videos or three, you can see that, both Snap and Tesla are my, the majority are my pie. So hopefully now that I scared y'all from using margin, and remember, don't get that margin call. Let's talk about how you can maybe start preparing yourself better before you even see a stock market crash hit. I like to use this fear and greed index indicator. I feel like it's like the simplest way for any beginner. As you kind of look at the broad market overall, and the way I read it is basically, you see it where it goes extreme fear to extreme greed. There's this famous quote that I'm pretty sure if you're barely beginning to invest, you'll hear a lot. And if you're a seasoned veteran investor, then I don't know what you're doing watching my video. Not just kidding. Hopefully you did find some interesting entertainment in my video so far. So stick around. So the way I see it is basically, if you see extreme greed, that means that everybody is like piling into the stock market. It's basically euphoria. That normally means that when everybody is greedy, be fearful, and when everybody's fearful, be greedy. That's the famous quote from one of the best investors in the world, Warren Buffett. You know that name very often. If not, you should. So yes, so currently right now you can see that maybe for the past about a couple months, we have been pretty on the extreme greed. There's a bunch of little sections here in this indicator that where we've been hitting all-time highs. The market momentum is shooting to the moon. I mean, there's a lot of different indicators. I mean, these are just basically like little sections of, you know, maybe what you should be paying attention. Alright guys, that is all I had to say. Hopefully you found this info beneficial and insightful as a beginner investor. And maybe you want to share your thoughts down in the comment box below. If you are starting to invest, have you been using margin? Have you stayed away from it? Just let me know your thoughts down in the comment box below. And if you're not using margin, good for you, because you shouldn't. That's what everybody says, but a lot of investors use it. If you use it smartly, it's a great weapon for your investing tools. And yeah, that is all I had to say. Just don't forget to hit that like, comment below, and subscribe to just keep yourself updated for more videos like this. And this was AD. I'll be seeing you guys later.